Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Guest House Live. I'm your host, Southampton's #1 most controversial music journalist, creative director of the Guest House Live, amateur bass player, surfer, and lover, Owen Kane.
And I'm Ollie Olsen, retired musician, flamingo catcher, and most importantly, co-host and producer of the Guest House Live music podcast.
And we are live, aren't we?
And
once again,
we are live.
Once again,
little bit of housekeeping actually that I want to just throw in here before we dive into the show. Sure. We're gonna mix around our releases actually. So we're going to be recording these now early in the week to release to you on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So we can be a little bit more current with what's going on.
Yeah.
And we can get to the news and the releases a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
so,
I suppose before we were working about a week in hand, and now we're going to be working about 5 days in hand, I suppose.
So actually, it's for you as the listeners that we're doing this. We're, making it. We're making it harder for ourselves, or actually for me, because I've got to edit things quicker and get it turned around. But what is it? Is it harder for you?
It's I suppose so, because I've got to be a little bit more. I've got a little bit less time to do the homework, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you'll be pleased to know, mate, that I'm. People complain that this podcast has become a little bit middle class, or is a little bit too middle class. But you'll be pleased to know I'm back on. I've got a job. I'm back on the sites with a hammer in my hand, mate.
Good to see.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, dude.
Yeah, in the rain. It's been good. It's been humbling, actually.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
Fantastic. But we're here still after a long day on site.
Yep.
To talk about some music.
We are indeed, and we're going to start off with a little bit of music news this week, and we're going to be diving in straight away to a band that's called, here we go, this is what the band's called, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, I know this band, actually.
That's a band.
Yeah, they're quite good,
by
actually.
all accounts. I've never heard of their music, but the
quite
reason
good.
that I've been brought to their attention is the CEO of Spotify, Daniel Ek, and we're not going to say too much because this podcast goes out on Spotify, so we don't want to get
Ike.
Well, it could be Ike, Ike.
What the heck?
What the
Ike?
What the Ike?
Christ.
He has been causing a little bit of uproar actually in the music industry because he has a investment company that is called Prima Materia, which is a pretty weird investment company name.
Sounds like a fucking type of painting material, primer.
It's
a primer material. Hey, as an investing company, he's not going to get fucking money off me, is he, cheeky fucker?
I don't think he will. Doesn't need any, by all accounts.
Oh, Christ.
He has just put £600 million into a company called Helsing, which is a AI software company that sells AI software to military uses. And it's caused a bit of outrage in the music industry because he's using Spotify's revenue to invest in companies that are effectively helping militaries kill people. We're not going to spend too long on this, but the reason I mumbled my way through King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
They're good. Should we hear one?
Try and say that after a couple of Mai Tais. I don't want to listen to it. But they have actually taken their music off Spotify in protest, and there's some other artists that are doing the same thing. They're actually removing their catalogues from Spotify in protest of what Daniel Ek, the CEO and founder of Spotify, is doing. What do you think of that? Would you take your music off Spotify just because he's invested in a company that ultimately slightly, maybe just a little bit kills people?
Christ. This is very quickly going to turn into the Joe Rogan experience, isn't it? But don't worry, viewers, it's not that kind of experience. There's a lot to say. Do I back the military-industrial complex? No, I don't. I don't. And do I want to? No, I don't. When this podcast takes off, inevitably, will I take it off Spotify? Probably not, because there's other ways to protest. You could get out there, you could wave a flag, you could smash up a few, lampposts. You could do it the old school way, couldn't you? Oh, I'm just going to take my music down. Well, actually, you've shot yourself in the foot there because now you're not making any money.
We could go and loot a few shops and
we could
steal some plasma screen TVs.
The old school looting. Just go downtown, steal a few trainers. I like trainers. Do you know what I mean? Did a bit of looting. No, are we talking about music? What are we talking about?
I'm not quite sure. But anyway,
Spotify. No, there's a lot to say.
So you wouldn't take your music off?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
but to be fair, mate, I just, I don't care about anything really.
Well,
I don't think.
should we move it on to the next bit of music news this week? You
Well,
might have a.
well, you didn't do an opinion.
I'm not here to give opinions on what Daniel Ek does with his money. I want to stay on Spotify.
This is a music show.
It is. But
where
I'd like.
we give opinions on the music without any corporate agendas.
I wouldn't take my music off Spotify just for that. I don't. Ultimately, he's
by the way, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. Whether you loot a shop or take your music off Spotify or whatever.
Not going to change anything, is it?
No, not really. Unfortunately not.
In other news, we talked about him last show, actually, or the show before. Can't remember now. It's all a bit of a blur.
Not Benson Boone.
Harry Styles.
That one.
Harry Styles, obviously a very famous musician and artist, probably one of the biggest on the planet. He has a brand.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion. He has a brand called Pleasing.
Now, please me.
Pleasing, previously, to date, has only released quite fancy coloured nail polish. But within this last week, he released to the world...
Nail polish?
Nail polish. He released to the world that he is going to be launching sex toys.
Oh, God.
So the brand is called Pleasing. And on their website, before the launch... the kind of title as you clicked onto the website was Something Pleasing Coming Soon. And currently they're offering, here you go, this is purely for music journalism only that I was on this site, by the way, everyone. I just want to point that out. They're currently offering a double-sided vibrator and lube.
None of which are musical instruments. You think he might be a bit more authentic and do like a Harry-style drumstick or a Harry-style... guitar or tambourine even. But no, he's gone straight for he's done a little bit of nail varnish. He dabbled in the nail varnish and thought, this isn't it really. This isn't really hitting. How about in the boardroom? It's like, any ideas? Should we do tambourine drumsticks? Oh, t-shirts. That's a good idea. No, guys. Harry Styles dildo. That's gonna be the one, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
What
Literally
the fuck?
gone from nail varnish to just straight out like adult only. So yeah.
Do you think that was his idea? It's quite punchy, isn't it?
It's quite punchy. Well, look, we brought attention to it.
Isn't he making enough money off his music?
Yeah, he's making enough money. Yeah, look, we brought attention to it. If any of our
don't need a Harry
listeners,
Styles dildo. I've already got 4.
Moving on to another artist that has...
Sorry, Mum.
Another artist that has come under a little bit of fire this week and a little bit of criticism, actually. Justin Timberlake is on a tour at the moment. He's been playing at a lot of festivals in Europe, a lot of his own live performances, and he's come under fire from fans for having a lazy and lack of effort on stage. I've seen some footage of it from one of the shows that he played, I feel like I might have quoted this wrong. It was in Romania. I hope I've got that right. He was playing in Romania, and basically, we talked about it the other week, bit of karaoke on stage. There was not a lot of singing going on. It was like way worse than Drake. Way worse.
Oh, really?
Like really bad. And he's been accused of lip syncing. He's been accused of minimal vocal effort and a complete disconnect from fans. And a lot of people reported that they wanted their money back. Ooh. And there was actually people leaving halfway through the show. JT, come on, buddy. You're being paid a lot of money. Put in a bit of effort, will you?
Yes. Fucking hell, mate. I'll stay at home because I'm sure you got a few quid, haven't you? Maybe not. Maybe like spend it all on, hair transplants and teeth whitening.
Spent it all on Harry Styles dildos, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Christ.
Yeah. Jesus. What
do you think about that?
Well, come on, mate. How many... I don't know him. But, how many up-and-coming young performers or even serious performers would love to have a bloody world tour and, to see someone go up there basically off the back of name value and half-arse it is atrocious, isn't it? Really?
I think it's sad because if you've had the luxury to see him before and you've seen him arguably in his prime, he's done halftime at the Super Bowl. He's done some really top sets, and let's not be
He's
horrible.
got a few bangers.
He's got some great songs, and he has a hell of a voice. But maybe, you talked about it last week with James Bay. Maybe
struggling
it's
to hit the high
struggling
notes.
to hit some of the high notes. But it was
Get
actually,
me up there. I'll show him how to do it.
it wasn't nice to see. It wasn't nice to see, and it felt really wrong actually that people had paid good money to see it, and he was really just he looked, rightly so, what they said in the text was disconnected.
That's the worst thing. You can, fair fucks. Even if you're struggling with vocals or whatever, the first and last rule is engage with the crowd.
100%.
Make them feel like you want to be there with them, right? And that's such a massive part of a gig, isn't it? And that you can get through a show if your vocals are struggling or whatever with the lighting, and because the songs are good, right? Not in my opinion, but the people are there. They like the music, so
they do.
Deliver the songs, come with some energy, be good to the crowd. Like, I don't know, maybe he's got a sore foot or something that's putting him off.
Should we talk Boardmasters?
I'd love to go.
Love to go. Boardmasters coming up. No. It's the 6th of August until the 10th of August. I'm going to do a little overview for those that don't know Boardmasters. I know it's very close to your heart, Owen, so please, once I've given the overview, jump in with a bit of Cornish local knowledge for us.
Okay.
So for any of you that don't know, Boardmasters, it's a 5-day festival in Newquay. Newquay's down in Cornwall. It's combining music and surfing, actually. Two things that are very close to my co-host Owen's heart.
A little bit of surfing.
It takes place across 2 main sites. One of them is Fistral Beach, the home of the surfing competitions. Easy, Owen, easy. And that's kind of where all the beach activities happen. And Watergate Bay as well, where the main music area is and the campsites are located, that kind of thing. And the festival is known for its unique blend of surf culture and live music, and it attracts a diverse crowd, is probably a polite way to put it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Owen, as a man that is Cornwall's largest ambassador? What do you think of Boardmasters?
Really, I should be on the payroll of Cornwall. Cornwall council, really, they should be paying me, not me them, or the parking fines, cheeky fuckers. Anyway, I've made a big mistake. I've made a really big mistake. Like, I'm sat here now, and I just can't think of any reason why I'm not going, other than the fact that I just didn't, other than the fact that I'm not going. I don't know. I looked. I mean, I pulled up. I was trying to have a little look at the schedule earlier, and the first thing that came up was like the layout. I don't know, randomly, it was like the layout at Watergate Bay for the camping, and it had a little bit of details about all the lovely little campsites and the little village they've got going on. And it's like the fucking campsites are named after world-class surf beaches. It's like, what? Like, why? Like, surely this is the one thing I should be doing.
It is.
In the year. Like, why aren't I going?
And for our listeners that don't know,
ridiculous.
Owen is a little bit of a, well, you've heard it in his intro, surfer. He's more of a surfer than a lover, actually. He's quite good on the on the surfboard. I've been a few times and watched him. It's quite terrifying, actually. I get a bit nervous that my co-host is going to drown, but he seems to get through it.
I said, don't worry, we're not going to drown today.
Not today. But he does very well on the board, and ultimately he fits the perfect stereotype of someone that should be going to Boardmasters, loves music, loves surfing, but he's not going. But should we talk through the lineup a little bit?
Mate, I'd love to go. I'd love to. Should we go?
I think we should. We got a few days.
We should go.
We got a few days.
I got 300 quid. Let's go.
300 quid. Let's go. So Friday, looking at the lineup, headline on the Friday. Susan.
This chick is haunting me this
Ray.
summer. Song of the summer, Suzanne Ray. Still. It's
up there.
It's neck and neck with Dilladoo.
With Ray Me In by Sam Fender and Olivia Dean, or Ray and Mark Ronson.
It's neck
Suzanne.
and neck. And come the end of the summer, we'll probably do a summer review of music, maybe.
We will.
And we'll talk about which one really hit home for you, which one do you listen to the most.
Absolutely. We'll do a Song of the Summer episode.
But yeah, fucking hell. I feel like Suzanne is on the radio all the time.
It is.
Suzanne. But yeah, Ray is performing on Friday night.
She's the headline on Friday night, and then followed closely by the Wombats. Woo. What a band. I used to love the Wombats back in the day. Their first album with Moving to New York on it. Oh,
Shall I sing some?
No. What a fantastic band the Wombats are.
Moving to New York because I've got problems with my sleep. Is that the words? I was always confused by the lyrics in that bit. I was like, problems with his feet. Anywho.
Problems with my sleep.
I'd fucking love to go.
Wombats, really good live.
The Wombats are a cool band, actually. And here's a band that's been dropping an album almost every 2 years since their massive success of their first 2 albums. And they've changed their sound a little bit. It's a little bit electronic, a lot of synths going on now. Still good to listen to. I'd say sort of every album they have has got 1 or 2 really good tracks on. So, and you know they're going to play the bangers at a festival. So you can only go and watch them, mate. It's going to be bloody good, isn't it?
It's going to be really good.
Have you ever seen them live? I saw them live in 2009 at Glastonbury.
No, I've missed them, mate. I'd love to see them live. I've watched a lot of their live footage, and it always looks really, really good. So other honourable mentions, as Owen likes to call them, on Friday. Special guest Kaiser Chiefs are playing. Actually quite cool. They're playing an afternoon slot by the sound of things. Should be a good one. If you're going, go and check those out. Saturday.
Remind me of their tracks. I'm confused. I always get them mixed up with Snow Patrol. But what's the Kaiser Chief hit?
I Predict a Riot.
Oh, yeah. I Predict a Riot.
Yeah.
Ruby.
Ruby.
Yeah, banging. Yeah.
Kaiser
That's
Chiefs
good
for
off your head, mate.
Thanks, man. It's good
I was
music
getting
knowledge.
confused with Snow Patrols for some reason.
Similar sound, to be fair to you.
Dyslexic thing.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, my friend. So Saturday.
Someone's got to.
Saturday, moving on to Saturday, headliner, main stage, Central C.
Oh, put 9 girls in the Sprinter. Where's the Sprinter? It's over there. I've got 9 girls in it. We're going to have a really lovely time. Me and Central C go way back.
And this was supposed to be a less middle class show. And Owen is, put them in the Sprinter, have a really lovely time, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
I really like his music. I really like his voice on the rapping record. For the most part, because you can understand what he's saying. Whereas a lot of American black rap artists, it's often really slurred and a little bit like, okay, cool, and the voice creates the melody, so it's fine. But the British guys are so good because of their pronunciation, especially Central C. But with that said, I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Do you?
I can't say I relate to much of it, put it that way. But, nonetheless, it's very good. So Central C.
That would be banging. Maybe Dave is Dave gonna go with him?
Who knows? You've got Nelly Furtado. That's a blast from the past there. Nelly Furtado.
Oh, sing me one of her songs.
Can't. I really should be able to, but off the bat right now I can't. Katie B is also on that stage.
She's got one hit that everyone knows, and people will be screaming at the screen.
It's
this one, you silly fuckers.
Yeah, and that happens a lot, by the way. Keep
come get me then.
Yeah, keep screaming because we can't hear you. Rizzle Kicks, also a special guest. They've come back recently, released a new single, which we haven't featured yet.
Any good?
No, it's not great.
Shall we play it?
Shall
we play it?
No,
we'll play it. Fuck it. It's a music show, isn't it?
It might be. I'll carry on with the lineup. Moving into Sunday.
I'm going to pull up the Rizzle Dizzle.
You can cue the track. So moving into Sunday, The Prodigy. I've absolutely murdered how I said that.
What are you talking about?
Why can't I say the word now? Prodigy. Christ. So The Prodigy are playing. London Grammar is also playing.
An album, old chap.
Miles Smith. And interestingly, Bob Villain is on the bill after his kind of controversial Glastonbury performance we won't go into. And special guest on Sunday, Natasha Bedingfield. Wow, I'd love to see her play.
Really? Sing me one then.
You don't. Why are you putting me on the spot like this?
Because you're giving it the big one, pretending you know who these people are.
I do know who these people are, actually, Owen.
You don't. I certainly don't, because I like the Foo Fighters. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, fucking Natasha's Bedingfield.
Fine. Well, look, other kind of notable mentions.
Anyway, Rizzle Kicks.
Wet Leg.
Here we go. This must be their new single, latest release. Follow Excitement.
Don't know. We'll let Owen.
Featuring Rachel Chinariri. Yeah, great.
Good. The pronunciation on this show so far has been really strong, actually. Stick with us. I promise it will get better. Well, it's Rizzle Kicks, isn't it? So it's sort of like kind of fun, kind of not fun. But look, it's a good little.
Yeah,
can't really argue with it. It's probably quite catchy.
It's not exactly very adventurous, coming in at 2 minutes and 29 seconds. We all know what that's been written for, and it sounds like a clock.
We do, but look, before you cut over me, quite rudely actually, Wet Leg is also playing. You've got Krept and Conan.
Not again.
On other, Wet Leg's back again. They're doing quite well recently. Sub Focus as well on the Sunday. Sub Focus.
Now finally someone.
Hum me or sing me one of their songs.
It's all drum and bass and it's all a mess. Sub Focus, let me take you back in time. I used to be a BMXer back in the day. And we used to my gran would drop me off at the skate park and and I was like, Gran, don't park there. Fucking hell, my mates will see you. My mates will see you on bloody, what did she drive? A 2004 Renault Megane. I was like, no, they won't see. Don't park there. Park behind that fucking tree. So she dropped me off at the skate park in Leamington and I'd go BMXing for the day. My friend Solomon would come down. We had a lovely time. And so I was 13 and I used to have a set of headphones and an iPod probably, and I know I probably had at least 10 Sub Focus tracks on there. So one of some of my favourites in my, we're talking about when I was a prime, BMXer, 12, 13 years old. Sub Focus in my ear holes, absolutely fantastic. There's a blast from the past. Are you tapped in as well? Is it similar for you?
What a lovely little interlude that was. What a view into Owen's childhood and great support there from your nan. Very lovely that she would drop you off.
Very down with the people actually going to the skate park.
Yeah, in Leamington, one of the most affluent areas in the country. But anyway,
it was a good park actually, and you'd be down there and you'd be doing a few tricks over the kickbox and. There was this guy that used to run around there called Sid, and he'd be, smoking a bit of marijuana. It's a pretty street place actually. And then, a couple of your mates from school would be having a rollie, and they'd be like, "Oh, Owen, have a rollie," and I'd be like, "Oh no, I must not. I'm not allowed." And they'd be like, "Yeah, neither are we, you dickhead." Do you know what I mean? They were the days actually. Looking back,
Well, we digress. Moving on, back to the show, which in theory is a music show. How do you get onto that? I say in theory, but that kind of
focus.
That kind of rounds up Boardmasters. Now, look, we've missed out many artists that are playing. I'm sure it's going to be great. We might even do a little bit of a quick kind of 5 or 10 minutes review of it post the event, but that's coming up. But
remember that gig you did at Boardmasters that time?
I do. I remember when I was booked for Boardmasters, and put it this way, the event got cancelled, and I never made it.
2020. Yeah.
Well, if I could put violins in now over this, I probably would. But should we move on to Owens?
I think. But are we going to go? Should we just have one more beer and book tickets?
Yeah, maybe after we'll let you know if we decide in a week's time if we're back and we've booked tickets. We'll let you know,
and then we can do some real life journalism.
Yeah, because this sort of fake sofa journalism is actually quite draining. I'm going to say it for the third time, and I'm going to hope you're not going to interrupt me.
Next.
Should we move on?
Yeah, sorry. Am I being slow?
You're just sort of cutting over me as usual. But hey, look, I'm not over it.
There's a lot to say.
There is, but I'm getting onto your section. This next section, we're going to keep as a weekly occurrence because Owen loves and always has a lot to say. It's called Owen's Honourable Mentions.
Well, honourable mention this week is a record that came out a couple of weeks ago, and I've been listening to it quite a lot actually. Not one, not a one and done. No one, did you not get the joke?
No.
Oh, fucking hell. No worries. Jim Legacy, Black British Music. Here's an upcoming art. I haven't done any writing. So don't worry, there's not going to be any dyslexic reading this week. And this is just an honourable mention. Ollie said I'm not allowed to do 2 album reviews. But go and listen to Jim Legacy's new album, Black British Music. It's 3 out of 5 on the house rating. There's some good tracks. There's a track with Dave. Some quite personable writing across it. Kind of like a hip-hoppy... with he dips in and out of singing quite nicely, actually, and he's got quite a gorgeous singing voice, but then can rap as well. It leaves me wanting a little bit more because all the songs are quite short, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes 15. It leaves you going, oh no, I like that sound. Please write a song that's 5 minutes long, or but we'll listen to a little bit. Have you listened to this at all?
No, I haven't.
I told you to listen to it, bro. I sent you this like 2 weeks ago. Said there's a mad thing. Okay. Anyway, well, we'll listen to it, and I'm sure you listen to it because the album's doing pretty well, actually. And we love to see it. He's a guy that is from the streets of London, and now he's making music, mate, and it's and he's doing well by the looks of things.
Good.
Fantastic. Let's have a quick listen. This is second song on the album, most popular. Stick. Got a lovely little ever since the rain came. Oh, it's gorgeous. Wait till you hear this.
Ever since the rains came crashing down on the water, 'cause my boat.
So is that him singing?
Yeah, it must have a little on it. But yeah, there's no honourable mentions on there, so it must just be him with a feature on the mic. He sings really high.
Is he a
And
rapper?
Yeah, he sings really high.
Well, where's the rapping?
I'm so sorry, old chap.
No, I'm not worried about hearing any. But
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it for the people.
sorry, I thought you said it was a rap album, and then I heard that.
Maybe,
I thought,
yeah, that's like a chorus. Was it called a chorus? Yeah, it's called a chorus. Here we go.
Me and my ones in the ends. Yeah. Said I'd change it depends. You said I couldn't pretend. Told me that I couldn't fit in your lifestyle. Damn niggas buy swagger then. They wonder why it never sticks.
It's quite cool. Go and listen to it. I found it was like best to listen to in the car when you're kind of half listening to it and you're a little bit preoccupied in your mind, and then you find yourself sort of tapping on the steering wheel for a bit and then thinking about something else. If you listen to it in headphones, you'll be left wanting more. But 3 out of 5 on the house rating, even though it's not a review. But honourable mention, Jim Legacy. I'd say Ollie will put it in the show notes. But he probably fucking won't because he didn't last week.
sorry about that. I forgot. Moving on.
You don't have any honourable mentions?
This is your section of the show, actually. I've given you a whole section.
You want me to do more? Any more? I could say a lot.
Well, you don't have to play any.
To be fair, I didn't really.
anyone else?
There was no sort of singles released this week that sort of stood out to me, really.
Okay.
Mainly a couple of albums I've been listening to. So yeah, that's
brilliant. Well, tune in next week for Owen's honourable mentions. We're going to try and pick out some more kind of slightly. Some mainstream maybe, and a little left field. What was that? What was that guy called again?
Jim Legacy.
Jim Legacy. Moving on to the next part of the show.
Oh, fantastic!
We're going to leave the music reviews until last. We're going to skip into another section, which actually is quite an interesting one for me. Anyway,
great.
It might not be for you as the audience, but we don't care because, as Owen said last week, this is our show, so we're going to talk about whatever we want.
Here's the deal. This is a fantastic topic, actually. If you pay attention, as my lecturer used to say at school, if you listen, you might learn something. He used to bang on the table really hard.
You might. So this
quite old school.
The topic of this week is most underrated musical instrument.
Yeah.
And
That's good. Most underrated.
And it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Musical instrument.
Because in music or in a live performance, we are so used to seeing drums, piano, guitars, bass players, maybe a little bit of light percussion. We've kind of seen a resurgence now of, saxophones, even a little bit of kind of some horns.
Resurgence of saxophones. Saxophones? Yeah, it's fucking sacrilegious. The cheeky fuckers. You think you try planning a wedding and you're like, yeah, saxophone would be nice. And he'd be like, yeah, 700 quid. And he just turns up and, at one point in each song, he'll go, and then fucking take his 700 quid and fuck off, the cheeky fucker. I'd be like, I could have done without the saxophone. Everywhere you go. I think it's out of fashion now. I prefer the bloody trumpet, don't you?
I was going to say that, actually.
But it just doesn't look as cool.
It doesn't look as cool.
It looks kind of like a Harry Styles dildo, actually. It's just because it's a bit short and stubby. Whereas the saxophone's long with the twist on the end and all those buttons. Imagine trying to play one of those. You'd be so confused.
You would be quite confused. But most underrated musical instrument. We're looking at the unsung heroes of the music world. And, I'm going to take this one first, actually, Owen, because I've
been talking a lot, haven't I?
No, I've posed the question this week, so I'm going to take this one first. And my underrated musical instrument of the world is the harp.
That's good. That's quite creative thinking, actually.
Thank you.
I thought you were more narrow-minded than that.
No, I've thought about this long and hard, or as you like to say, hard and long. Because the harp is it's a beautiful instrument, and it's this kind of dreamlike sound, quite rich, actually. This sort of serene, it almost creates like a still but beautiful atmosphere, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, you could walk into a room or a restaurant and someone would be playing the harp, and I'd quite happily sit and listen to that for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh, 100%.
Here you go. A little bit of knowledge around the harp that you arguably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
No, I do, actually, because, you can talk in a second, but when you... that's another way of saying sorry for interrupting. Florence and the Machine. Oh, you're going to get onto that? Okay, that's all I'll say.
So the harp is one of the oldest musical instruments.
Oh, fuck off.
Yep, dating back over 5,000 years. It appears in some Sumerian art approximately 3,000 years before, I think BC means before Christ. This isn't a religious show, but I'm allowed to say Christ. And they were back in the day, quite a few days ago, they were often bow-shaped or rectangular, and it was in the 15th to roughly the 17th century. Wikipedia couldn't decide, so I just went, I gave a range. The double or triple harp was invented. So what that means is that it had it had strings on both sides, effectively, for layman's terms, just to dumb it down slightly for you. And what that allowed you to do...
I'm trying to think of a joke about strings on both sides.
Well, you can keep thinking whilst I explain this to our listeners. And what that allowed you to do was to have chromatic playing. So it allowed you to kind of almost like play chords, a bit like you're playing on a piano. Did you know Fred again can play the harp? Did you know that?
Yeah, well, this
classically trained.
Here's a guy that's classically trained in music that's gone, you know what? Pass me those blueies, mate. Let's have a fucking good time and watch this.
What? Just pass me those blueies. I'm gonna watch this, lads. I'm gonna play the harp.
Yeah, watch this. I'm gonna fucking keep that Gorgon City on, and he goes over to the harp and has Fred again featured any of the harp on his production?
Not that I could find, but what I did find with Fred again is he did a cover on YouTube of the Billie Eilish song "What I Was Made For."
Yeah, with a little harping.
So he did it as a cover, and he played it. And I think there was a girl in the room singing it. I don't know who the girl was, but what I wanted to move on to was
you are harping on a bit.
Oh, that's good. Actually, that's good, Owen. Thank you for that. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And that's not Sabrina. It's not a Sabrina Carpenter joke.
Oh, fuck that girl. No. Sorry, I hope that was clear. I'm not even going to go there.
I'm going to get back to my harp.
She's not for me.
I'm going to get back to my harp chat. So the harp features in a lot of songs that you wouldn't necessarily think.
Oh, it's gorgeous on Flo Jo's.
Owen is
absolutely
absolutely bang on the money. Cosmic Love, Florence and the Machine, features throughout that song. There's a section, I've got the timestamp here. I was going to play it for you. Don't need to now. Owen's done it for us.
Play it. See if I was right.
No,
Go on, please.
No, we're fine. But it's 2 minutes and 9 seconds on the stamp. But what I am going to play for you is a song by another artist.
Playing with my harp strings.
I'm playing. You're just like, you're relentless.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was quite good.
Wait, you didn't think of that one?
I didn't. I'm not, I don't do bad jokes like you.
That was fun.
This song is called Like Someone in Love.
This Florence. I can listen to that all day.
How gorgeous is that? I mean, I'm sorry about the
Who is it?
kind of. It's by Bjorg.
Bjorg.
I'm sorry about the.
Isn't that a Viking?
No, it doesn't look like a Viking on the picture.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the slightly kind of trafficy sound in the background. That's actually a sample in the song that I didn't just open the window and let the traffic sound in. But there is.
It took me to a beach having, a couple of
How good's that?
Bucks fizzes.
A little mojito on the beach. If I ever win the Euro Millions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a harpist. I think that's the way you say it. As a harpist, I'm going to hire a harpist. That's a tricky one to say. And I'm going to they're just going to follow me around. And actually, what's going to happen is whenever I want a bit of chromatic playing, I'll just click like this. I won't even say anything. I'll just a couple of clicks.
There's
and a
that
gesture.
gorgeous scene, isn't there, in Django Unchained, where it's all crescendo. It's right at the end of the movie where it's all crescendoed. They've been found out and they're on this bloody, they're on this thing and they're trying to do the deal, and the chick's playing Beethoven on the harp in the background, and it's slowly getting louder and louder, and what the main character's on the sofa and he's having sort of flashbacks of some of the horrible things that are happening. He like runs over to the harpist and he's like, "Stop playing bloody Beethoven or Mozart or whatever it fucking was." But yeah, it's a gorgeous scene actually. Yeah.
Well, look, that's my most musically underrated
I didn't even
instrument.
say that.
Over to you, Mr. Kane. What's your most underrated musical instrument? Let me guess.
Well, it's probably the bass, isn't it, in the mainstream? It's probably the bass. We're talking about proper electric bass guitar in a band. I've got it. Fucking hell, there's a lot to say, isn't there? Where do we go from here? There's very few bands that like fully embrace the sound of a bass guitar at the forefront of a track. It's always there, but sometimes it's just never like made into like a thing at all, which is such a shame because like so much of I feel like in the 60s and 70s actually, bass guitar was, the biggest thing alongside some synthy stuff it coming onto the scene. Bass guitar is awesome. You think of Stevie Wonder, some of his bass lines. It's right at the forefront of the track. And I feel like for a casual listener, you probably don't even know that that's bass guitar, actually. What I want to see more of is, because it's all about fucking guitar, isn't it? It's all about guitar, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, guitar solos. I want to see the bass player at the front of the stage. At the front of the stage, because they're bloody. Christ, if they stop playing, you fucking know about it. Do you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily, obviously as an instrument, it's always there. It's not underrated or by no means underutilized. But I want to see see bass guitar made into something that's like really cool again. And I have to do honourable mention, and I said this last week, in the band Fountains DC, the bass guitarist in that was really cool. He had the hair, he was plucking the bass, a gorgeous sound actually, and the bass was quite at the front of the music. And he was like, they were all sort of stood almost in line at the front of the stage, and he was as big of a feature as the as the lead guitarist, which is really, really cool. I want to see more of that. It's such a shame that the bass isn't more appreciated. When I was a kid, I started learning the bass guitar. Honestly, couldn't tell you why. And everyone else at school seemed to like have guitar lessons and like could play guitar. And obviously, on its own, a guitar can like at a more amateur level make a way better noise. So I was like halfway put off learning the bass guitar because it's like not as cool as like playing the guitar or even the drums or even piano, because it doesn't create its own gorgeous sound. It's a sort of sympathetic sound, and then to create like a really cool noise from it, you have to be at a pretty high level. So when you're a kid, it's very tricky.
I guess the point there is that a guitar on its own or a piano on its own can ultimately be a song in itself.
Yeah.
Whereas I couldn't ever tell you an example where I've seen a person play a bass and sing or just play bass on its own.
No, I mean, you could talk about, like Royal Blood, or like a band with just a bass guitarist and drums. You do get some setups, but it's pretty rare, because a guitar or a piano can make such gorgeous noises on its own.
But it underpins everything. Drums are often credited with the timekeeping and the kind of groove, but actually the bass is such a key component in that. If you've ever played in a 3-piece, the bass is often so important. In my musical days, I've played in a 3-piece with drums, bass, piano, or drums, bass, guitar, and the bass is the bit that you're listening for.
I've never been in a 3-piece.
Well,
Sorry.
Sorry, you threw me off for a minute. My mind wandered.
Oh, Christ. Not again.
But the bass is critical, and I totally agree with you, actually.
Mate.
I think
Do
it's sad that you don't see the bass right at the front of a track, or like we talked about guitar solos last week, you don't ever see many bass solos anymore. We talked about Sting very early on the podcast.
Yeah.
Sting is a frontman that plays bass, very rare.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think the bass is underutilized.
Yeah, 100%. And underutilized, and then also, just needs to be like heralded a bit more, and bloody, like, it's cool actually to play the bass guitar. And I play bass. Oh, wicked. And I can't slap the bass, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, for real. Mate, bass guitar, absolutely fantastic. You only have to go as far as the song Get Lucky by Bruno Mars. And it's like, you listen to that, and it's
Daft Punk, isn't that? Daft Punk and
no.
Get Lucky, Mark Ronson.
No. Oh, fuck. No, Treasure.
Oh, sorry.
What am I talking about, you
Treasure.
cheeky fuck?
Yeah.
Treasure by Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Like, that's a pop song, and that's like driven by the bass guitar line.
I agree.
We need more of those, don't we? That song was massive.
We do.
So even in the mainstream, it can be really well utilised and successful. Just need to think we need to see more of it. And I'd love to see the front it on par as, in the live setup. I don't necessarily need bass guitar solos, but, maybe I'm going on a bit here, but in the 90s, the Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of coined the bass guitar sound with slap bass, and any other bands like Rage Against the Machine and stuff like that use slap bass, everyone will come out and say, "Oh, well, you're copying the Chili Peppers. You're copying the Chili Peppers." So it's like, because it is quite a unique sound to use, it then gets like copycatty and a bit samey. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, you're using slap bass, that's Chili's. They've kind of coined it almost. They've kind of captured the market. At least their music's bloody good, isn't it? If you want a bass lesson, go and listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers' last album, Return of the Canteen Dream. It's absolutely fantastic. Anywho, moving on.
Moving on. Well, look, that's our insight into what Owen and I think is the most underrated musical instruments. Be interested to hear what you think. There might be some out there that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about the triangle. We didn't talk about the maracas, the double bass. But anyway, look, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to talk about new music.
Fuck the double bass, too heavy.
Too big. Like, who's transporting that around?
Mate, I was working in fucking bloke's house. He just had one in the corner. He's like, "Oh, like, that's fucking cool." And he's like, "Yeah, fucking, it's like shit in it." Like, he's like, "I'm moving house soon." It's a nightmare. Just one trip on its own.
It's like easier to take the house with you, like with the bass in it. Do you know
They're
what I
a
mean?
few quid as well, mate. You'd pay like the same as a piano for one.
Wow.
They're strong money. Yeah.
Wow. Well, moving on, back to some new music. We're going to talk about our albums of the week that me and Owen have been listening to, the reviews that we've been doing. Would you like to go first, old chap?
I think you should go first, old chap, because I've been rambling on for far too long.
Well, look, this week I've done an artist called Billie Marten. I'm going to say 10 because it's not Martin as in Tin, it's Ten. So Billie
Marten.
Marten, or Martin if you're slightly American.
Hell, it's lovely, isn't it?
This record is called Dog Eared. Now, this record was released on July 18th via her what do they call it now? Record label. Is that how you'd put it? Fiction? I can't
You're right today, mate. You're over there strumming the...
I'm not even sure what I'm talking about.
What's going on? Verbal diarrhea.
Christ. Fiction Records. Now, a little bit of background on Billie before we talk about the record. Billie Marten, born in 1999, so she's similar age to us.
Wow, I thought she was a little older.
No, raised
now that's changed my perspective on the chick, actually.
Okay. We'll keep that to yourself. This is my review. Raised in the north of England, in North Yorkshire, she began singing and playing the guitar aged 8 with her early covers that she posted on YouTube gaining traction, and she was picked up by BBC Introducing. You can say a lot about the BBC.
You can say a lot about the BBC. Oh, was she introduced her?
She was in an Introducing. So the BBC...
Introducing? You okay over there, mate? Do you need a minute?
I think I need some sugar or something. I'm not sure what's going on.
Goodness.
But yeah, BBC Introducing, and they put her in line to play at Reading Festival. She played at Reading, aged 15.
Wow.
So she's been in the BBC Introducing realm for a long time.
You didn't want to know what I was doing when I was 15.
No, we really don't. Dog Eared is Billie's 5th studio album, her first since moving away from Sony. So she actually was signed by Sony. She went her separate ways with Sony and then moved to Fiction Records. Dog Eared, in my opinion,
that's cool. She's cool, isn't she?
This is an incredible record. For anyone that's got this far into the podcast with us rambling on, if there's one thing you take away from this podcast is please go and listen to this album.
You may as well turn it off now and go and listen,
like
it's really good.
Don't even listen to my opinion, just make your own decision, because Dog Eared, I've done not a little bit of writing like Owen would do, but I've made some notes because I really wanted to make sure that I hit the point. But it's a delicate, introspective record that has this kind of soft folk sound almost. I think it's kind of folky music, but it's gorgeous to listen to. Yep. The album is heavily organic, and what I mean by that, it's not like not Whole Foods. It's not like overpriced vegetables. It's sonically, it's like really warm acoustic guitars. It's kind of got like piano flourishes throughout, and the percussion and the drums. And Owen will back me up on this. I hate loud drums that drown out the artist. In this, the drums and the percussion is beautifully placed with Billie at the front of all of the tracks. So she sounds fantastic on it.
Dude, are you kidding me?
She sounds amazing. And Dog Eared is an album title I think is really clever, because dog eared as a saying, that's a bit dog eared or whatever.
Is that saying?
It's what you're finding is it's the beauty in the worn, kind of torn edges of life. That's how I viewed it. That's good, actually. I should write that down. It's beauty in the kind of in the cusps of life where things are a bit shit and they're a bit torn up and a bit rough, but actually you're still looking for beauty in it. That's really good. That's very profound, actually. But look, I think it's a feeling that we've all kind of felt. You get to a point in life and you feel a bit bloody dog-eared and you just think, fucking hell, I need a break from all of this. That's how I felt.
Understand saying. I really don't.
Well, I'll let you think that one through as I carry on. This is my review.
Oh,
remember?
so sorry, mate.
The album opens beautifully by a track called Feeling.
It's the hit, isn't it?
It's the one I'm going to play for you all to get a feel for it. I'll play it in a second, but arguably the best track on the album. Other notable tracks on the album for me personally are tracks called Leap Year and Crown. Absolutely beautiful. But to kind of round it all off, Billie won me over within 30 seconds of listening to this record. I was hooked. I love the sound. It's so gorgeous to listen to. If you're driving or you're, at home doing kind of washing up or cleaning or just doing whatever, put this on in the background. It's gorgeous to listen to. I've had it on repeat all week. It's been a joy to review, in my opinion. On the rating, because Owen slated my rating, Justin Bieber may have accidentally given it a 4 out of 5, which is quite strong. Now I'm slightly nervous about rating stuff. So this is beautiful, but I've given it a 3.5 out of 5, which I still think is a strong performance.
That's a really good score.
So Billie Marten, I haven't listened to any of her original kind of studio albums, but dog-eared, absolutely fantastic. Go and listen to it. I'm going to play you kind of the opening track, Feelings, just to get a sense of what it's all about.
Just get a feel for it. And you look so good. Oh, mate, you gotta go and listen to it. It's so lovely.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's so relaxing. And isn't it nice that a 25-year-old girl's not getting up on stage with not very much clothes on and setting out to the industry? She's
agree.
obviously, she split from Sony, to make her own music that she wanted. And actually, if you watch some of her music videos, it's very much sort of family, down-to-earth orientated. It's just gorgeous, mate. It's so refreshing to hear.
It is.
To hear a young person making an album like this there's still hope, actually, isn't there? Really.
Oh well, mate, I totally agree. There's still hope.
Really good.
Well, look, that's Billie Marten.
Really good. Well done.
Billie Marten.
Yeah, maybe we'll
you
go
say it.
and try and see her at a concert.
We should. Billie Marten, dog-eared. That's my album review for this week. Go and listen to it. Absolutely fantastic. 3.5 houses on the house rating. Owen,
3 out of 5. I'll back you, mate.
Over
I'll
to you.
back your rating. Okay, my review this week a little bit less tasteful, but good nonetheless. It's here we go. Duke Dumont, Union. New album from Duke Dumont. Duke Dumont, a beautiful bloody dance record maker, DJ, if you will, and I love dance albums, don't you? There's not enough of them. Do you not dabble?
I do. As I said previously with Gorgon City, it has to be dark.
Okay. Well, it's nearly dark. So, fucking dance. I love a dance album. There's not enough of them. We've been, the Duke Dumont hasn't dropped an album since 2021. So many of these DJs, they kind of do a single and they'll collaborate with another artist and then they'll do a single because, essentially they only have to do so much in their early on career. They need 5 hits, maybe even less than that. Maybe they need 2 hits or even one big song on the radio. And now you're a big enough name to go to Tomorrowland and play a set, go to Ibiza and sell tickets and fucking do whatever you want, essentially, off the back of one single as a DJ. It's a completely different game to songwriting, isn't it, almost? So it's cool to see a proper dance album. I love that Gorgon City release actual albums that I can click on and listen to, and it almost has an album feel. So, and Fred again also doing this as well, top of his game. It's fantastic. So yeah, Union by Dumont. And, you know, you have to say that there is a few tracks in there that are sort of singles that he's released that have been successful over the last few years. So it's not necessarily new, but they are like heavily, they've chucked into the album because they're not in an album anywhere else, like The Chant. But this album was really good for me because it had like a super like noughties, 90s feel about it, actually. It didn't really incorporate much like new sort of some of the new sounds, some of the new cuts. You know, a lot of these people kind of copying Fred again a bit with their like piano, their stripped backness, a little bit of echoiness. You know, this didn't feel like that at all. This felt like a kind of an old school dance record, and I've been really enjoying it. I've thrown it on a lot. Go and listen to it, but you know. 2.5 out of 5 on the house rating. I won't go much higher than that because it is obviously just DJ set work, and it's kind of like it kind of sits in a class of its own, doesn't it? You almost don't really want to rate it, but I definitely want to recommend it to people because I've been really enjoying listening to it. You know, it's safe, but it's absolutely fantastic. Shall we have a little listen,
please?
So this is one of the tracks that really stands out for me. It actually doesn't have the plays, but it just feels like it almost feels like a bloody Moby song from the 90s, or almost like a Chemical Brothers cut. This is My Heart Is Full of Love. Track number 8 on the record. It's really lovely. Oh, hang on, man. I think I need a sip of my beer after that one. Here we go then.
It's quite vibey, actually.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
I had a bit of a listen. Even if Duke Dumont isn't kind of your thing, or you're not really into dance music, can't say I'm like heavily into dance music. I wouldn't necessarily play it in the car unless I was sort of out of things to listen to. Or
you don't look like you're going to go to a rave in your teacher trousers.
In my chinos.
Are they cords or chinos?
Hey, look. Someone called us out for being chino type wearers, and I've dialed straight into it. I've tapped in. I thought, fuck you, I'm wearing my chinos.
Hey, fantastic.
But this actually is a really good gym album. Owen sent it to me to listen to give an opinion, which I'll give it a rating. But actually, in the gym, really good because the tracks are quite uplifting, good tempo to them, really good for working out, good for running. So yeah, go and give it a listen.
They're going down pretty well as well. There's a lot of plays going on here, but just go and listen to it. It's great, you know. Cool to see an album from Duke Dumont rather than singles and sort of mixtapes and whatever else, cuts from a dance. You know, it's really cool to see him throw a proper album together. And it makes you go and listen to it. I'm not going to necessarily search Duke Dumont to go and listen to them, but now they've got an album, I'll be like, I'll go and put that on because I know that I'm going to get, you know, 40 minutes of like good songs just from that, rather, you know, yeah, really, really lovely. Because I don't like shuffling all the time. Do you?
I think it depends what mood you're in, isn't it? Sometimes like you get home from a long day at work, or you know, like you get on a train to go somewhere, in the car, you're a bit flustered, and you know you don't really have a clear mind. You almost need the drive or the travel or whatever it is that you're doing to kind of clear your mind from the day. And actually, like going onto a music streaming app, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever that is, and hitting shuffle is quite a great thing because it takes the pressure of you having to choose something, because there is pressure sometimes. I hate it when you just throw something on and then it doesn't really hit the vibe, or you know, whereas shuffle, it's like it can surprise you. Do you know what I mean? You get like, oh, this comes on, this is the banger.
Yeah, and you got to give the algorithm a nod for for showing you new music that you'd never stumble upon unless it was recommended to you. And then how many people? No one, you know, unless you're hanging out at record stores or whatever, like no one really is like recommending new music to you like off the cuff, like maybe how they would have done back in the day when.
Mate, I totally agree. Spots like Spotify knows me better than myself, any lover I've ever had, probably better than you know me. It just like picks music that I love, and I appreciate it. It's a good one. So thank you, Spotify, and other streaming services I'm sure are available. But
they're all the fucking same, aren't they?
are you done on Duke Dumont?
Oh yeah, just go and listen to it. It's it's light-hearted, it's fucking dance music, but it's really good, and it's kind of it's got a timeless feel to it. Actually,
Good.
A timeless feel. I'd love to see him live, mate. Do a couple of blueies and we'd be on our way.
Is that the Mario Kart theme tune?
No, I think it was the song I just played. It might be similar.
Okay. Well, look, heading into the final part of the show, the part of the show that really, arguably, we should do at the front of the show because it's the only bit that anyone seems to care about. Song scenario.
Oh, this one's fucking hard, actually.
Song scenario for the week, and we're kind
Pissed me off
of
with
we're tipping our hat slightly to the late great Ozzy Osbourne, who very sadly passed away in the recent days, weeks. So yeah, this is slightly for him, but it gets you thinking about what would you have played in this situation. So I'm gonna read it out for you. I'm gonna butcher this slightly because I've just put the overall topic and haven't actually written down what I should have.
I've got it here.
Have you?
Yeah.
Would you like to read it out then?
We'll do a dyslexic reading.
We'll do some dyslexic reading.
Dyslexic. Okay, here we go. Imagine you're a late great rock star that sadly passed away too soon after a long battle with Parkinson's. You're an icon of an era and a founder of heavy metal. Describe how you would want your funeral to be and what song would be playing as you're brought in down the aisle.
It's quite morbid, actually.
Fucking. Well, this is really hard for me. I'll go first. This is really hard for me because I do this about myself almost once a week. I don't know why.
Plan your funeral?
Yeah.
Really?
It's cool. Like, funeral songs are amazing. Like, I love listening to music going, oh, this would be a good one to play at my funeral. Do you not do that?
No.
Do you not have that thought? Okay. Well, anyway, I've got a lot, and mine's awesome for me. Mine's awesome for me. It's really hard to like put myself in someone else's shoes almost.
Well, do it for you. Do it for you.
I don't know. Was Ozzy Osbourne a Christian man?
Hang on, where is this going?
Well, is the funeral going to be in a church? You said, where do you want the funeral to be?
I posed it's not my funeral.
So you
can do it wherever you want.
So I'm going to go, I probably think he was a little bit tapped into the Christianity, despite his, antics in the 90s with, several pop stars and whatever else. It's going to be in a church, big fucking church, really big one, a really big church. It's going to be in a really lovely church, really lovely. It's got such a high tower, this church.
Donald Trump's doing the ceremony by the sounds of it.
Donald Trump's doing the ceremony. It's going to be a lovely time. So it's going to be a church, and there's like fucking, I don't know, how many people do you fit in a church? 3,000 people in a big one.
Big church.
Yeah,
might be a cathedral,
like that boring one that they did the King's nomination in, or whatever it was. Do you know when the King got given his prize to be king after the Queen died? That was quite a big church.
Firstly, it's called a coronation, not a nomination. But we'll brush over that lightly.
Fucking bollocks.
Would you like to carry on with your funeral rather than talking about? So what are you going to do?
I'm setting the fucking scene.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it.
It's going to be in a big fucking church, basically. Is that so hard to say?
A 3,000-seater church. Jesus Christ.
And
literally,
he's going to be carried in to the organ, and only the organ on its own. But what fucking song it's going to be? What song is it going to be? It's going to be one of his songs, isn't it? So it's going to be an organ version of Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Wow, okay.
off the top of my head, it's really tricky, and there's obviously no such version of the song. But someone's going to do it, and it's going to be amazing. Organ, because the organ's quite rock and roll actually. You know, Greta Van Fleet, which are sort of a modern day Led Zeppelin. They have the organ in their gigs, mate, and it's fucking quite cool actually. So yeah, an organ version of "Mama, I'm Coming Home" with Donald Trump doing the inauguration or whatever. What is it called at a funeral when they run the show? I don't know.
Sermon?
Seaman?
Is it called the sermon? Hey, look, you know, arguably it can be however you want it to be, and you've gone for an organ version of.
So an organ version of "Mama, I'm Coming Home," or whatever his sort of favourite bloody rock song was. I mean, imagine, is it one? Do you think it would be one that he'd written, or do you think it would be one that he didn't written? Because quite famously, they don't like their music because they have to play it so much.
I think it's a bit self-indulgent to, like, you know, if I ever pop my clogs, the last thing I want is to hear, for anyone to have to put up to listening to me, do you know, again.
But it's kind of cool, isn't it? Fucking hell.
It is cool. If you've had a career like that, you're
not going to play like a fucking Slash song, are you?
No, you're probably not.
Because he's out doing, shitty Guns N' Roses concerts.
It's a tricky question, actually. Is what do artists that, sadly pass away, what do they end up playing down, at their funeral? I don't know, but
I've smashed it. You've got fucking no chance now.
No, yours is good, actually. I think that's nice. The fact that you've taken a song and you've done a specific rendition for the setting, I like that. That's
I do a lot of renditions.
That's quite classy, actually. That's classy for you.
Yeah. But you know what? Do you want to know what my funeral is?
Yeah, I do actually. I was hoping you were going to do it as your funeral because I feel like yours is going to be.
So I've died, and I've probably died young. Actually, I think I've died in my 40s. And as a surfing man, they do these gorgeous surfing ceremonies. So you get cremated, and then all of your friends and family, all 15 of them, you paddle out to the ocean. Hopefully on a flat day, paddle out to the ocean. And you're all wearing flowery tops with flowers, and loads of people have flowers, and everyone paddles out, and they make a gorgeous circle of the surfboards in the ocean, and everyone's throwing flowers and splashing water and having a lovely time, just by my passing. You bastards. and you spread the ashes in the ocean, and during this is playing, you play the last 3 songs off of the Gladiator soundtrack.
Oh,
it's really gorgeous.
Wow.
Actually, I think about it all the time. Yeah, I don't know why. I should probably write it down so someone actually does it. Otherwise it'll be in a church, and I'll be in the box going, "I don't fucking like church, you fuckers."
Yeah, your wife would have put like Maroon 5 on.
Yeah, she said, "My wife's got to put Maroon 5 on," and she, burying me in the ground. It's like, no, you got it all wrong, you silly fuckers. But I should have told you. So now it's live on the internet.
It's live on the internet.
No,
so
you can't fuck it up.
No, we can't fuck it up, mate. It's good to hear. I'm
Think of that?
I'm hoping that
like
you
now.
don't.
I think the track's called like "Now We Are Free" or something, and it's bloody good.
I'm hoping you don't die young. Just so you know. This is
same.
It's the ninth. It's the,
Same here.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one. So what would I do if I was the late great and I had a funeral? I'd go for a mix. I don't know if this is a thing, but I would have black and white roses everywhere. Don't know if you can get black roses. I'm sure you can spray paint them or something.
Yeah. You get fake ones, innit?
You can do what you need to do. And I would have everyone kind of actually quite dressed up. I'd go like Men in Black, not Will Smith Men in Black, but just like Men in Black tie type vibe.
Sorry, did you say your song is "Here Come the Men in Black"?
No, that's not what song.
That's not your song.
No.
That's not exactly tasteful, mate, for a funeral.
No, so
that's not your song.
No, so that's what I would. That's how I'd want everyone dressed. Those are the flowers I'd want. I kind of agree with you. I think having it in like a churchy view, like cathedral-y type
big
vibe
church
would be quite cool. A 3,000 seat. I don't think 3,000 people are going to come to my funeral. There might be about.
No, but it's Ozzy Osbourne's funeral, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop being so self-indulged.
So what I would have playing, and I don't know if Ozzy would have this, so I feel a bit bad saying it, but I would have the song "My Hero" by the Foo Fighters.
Oh, it's a banger! An
And
indie banger. Play it.
No, and
Let's
I
listen.
would no, because how I would do it is I would have it played by a harp, and I would have a beautiful singer, maybe even Ray, or someone with a fantastic female vocalist to sing it and do a very stripped back rendition of it. But that, there comes my hero.
Oh, what's slow?
Watch as it goes.
Oh, really slow.
As he comes in, because he is a hero. He's a hero. So look,
It's a song that's driven by the bass line.
There you go. So look, how well-rounded was that?
Yeah.
You know, I talked about the heart bass line.
It was about as round as the peaches on the beach at Boardmasters Festival.
Which obviously would be something I would say because you're a married man.
Oh, specifically my wife's.
Exactly.
Because we're going.
Well, tune in next week to see whether Owen and I have bought tickets in a drunken state on a night out to Boardmasters. But thank you for tuning in. Do you want to tell the ladies and gentlemen and anyone else listening what they need to do?
Obviously. Guys, thank you for listening to the show. We are live. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, and remember to love.
Remember to love. We'll see you next week.
You!